What are you doing, Netflix? Y'all used to be the king. Y'all were the king of all the streaming platforms. Y'all used to be on top, but now that you have all this competition and just a lot of bad business ideas and spending a lot of money, y'all just fell off, man. Netflix fell off. So by this point, because it's a little late for me to update this, but you all have heard the news about Netflix trying to, increase their prices and crack down on the password sharing. It's wild. It's absolutely just stupid. And they did this shit on purpose, right? They released this information just to kind of gauge the reaction of people. It wasn't an accident. They want to make it seem like it was an accident, but it's not. So in terms of the password sharing, they said they're going to tie everyone's accounts to their IP address of whatever their router is. So if you try to access Netflix, away from your router, if it picks up a different IP, it's not going to work. That was the first thing. So that was already upsetting people. The next thing was that it had to check in. Your Netflix had to check in your IP like every 31 days, I believe. So it was going to periodically just like check to make sure it was still using that same IP of your router. And if it wasn't, it was going to lock your account. And at any point in time, if your account gets locked, you would have to call Netflix and have them unlock it, explain what's going on, whatnot. Also stupid, but I get why they're trying to crack down. Still, that shit is not tight. The next thing they addressed is if you're traveling, say, what if you're far away from your house? What if you're on vacation? You are in Texas and then you want to go vacation in Colorado, whatever. You pull up your phone and you access Netflix. Is it still going to lock you, or is it going to block you, whatever? And they said yes, because you're not at your IP at your house, so it's going to block you. So what they suggested you do was essentially request a temporary 7-day access code if you're going to be traveling. That means if you're on vacation, you request an access code so you can access your account, since they know you're not going to be at your house and using a different IP address. Well, what if your vacation's like 2 weeks? Do you just re-up? Just say, hey, can I get a second 7-day access code? It's nonsense. It's bonkers. I mean, by implementing all of these things, because they pretty much had confirmed there are, and this is what Netflix is saying, there are 100 million users who are using Netflix through password sharing. That means they have 100 million users who are not paying for their subscription service. At $15 a month, that's a lot of damn money. So I get why they're trying to crack down. But they know as soon as they implement these rules and block everybody essentially, except for the primary owner of the account, they're gonna lose 100 million subscribers, or 100 million viewers at least. They're gonna lose a bunch of traffic on their streaming service by doing this. They're literally cutting everyone off. And in a perfect world, what they want from a business, standpoint, because they want to make money, right? They want everyone who gets dropped of these 100 million people to just say, you know what? Darn, I've been getting away with this free service for too long. I'm gonna whip out my credit card and start my own account. Here's my money, Netflix. That's not gonna happen. That no way in hell are 100 million people just gonna start a Netflix account. Because for one, that's a waste of money. They used to be the streaming giant and now they're not. There's plenty of other services with better shows. And two, Netflix is notorious for continuously canceling good shows. So at this point, it's like, what is even the point of having Netflix? Every time I'm invested in a show, they cancel it. And they waste billions of dollars making these dumbass reality shows that no one's ever heard of on their platform. Netflix has become so saturated with garbage content that it's just nobody wants to watch any of it. There's no one out there, including me, all of you out there, no one out there is watching 90% of the content on Netflix because there's just so much dog shit on there. All these reality shows and stupid one-offs, it doesn't make any sense. And it's frustrating, when you do find a good show, say you find something interesting you like, you're like, cool, I'm gonna watch the first season, it's dope, I'm invested, I can't wait for the second season. Oh, never mind, Netflix canceled the second season. Apparently it didn't meet their metrics of whatever they use to gauge shows, whatever. So now you just wasted your time. And they knew what was gonna happen. They knew as soon as 100 million people just get blocked out of nowhere, they know they're not gonna come back. They're hoping that a small percent does come back, but they know they're gonna lose a lot of clientele by doing that, which is another reason they wanted to increase their price by like $1. So I think like the standard Netflix account is like 15 and the 4K version is like 20. I'm not spending $20 a month for Netflix. No way in hell. No, it's just not worth it. There's so many better streaming platforms. You've got Hulu, you've got Amazon Prime, you've got HBO Max that has quality content shows. They don't have the large catalog that Netflix has, but that's a good thing. because now you can focus on quality content instead of just pumping out everything that you greenlight for no reason. There is so much random stuff to shift through with Netflix that you don't even have time to watch it all, nor would you want to. I mean, honestly, the average person would probably just make an account, watch the 5th season of Stranger Things, binge watch the whole thing in a weekend, and then cancel their service. That's it. There's only like a couple good shows. But even then, even if you do get dropped, you can just pirate it. Literally, everyone pirates shows on the internet. You can find a website. If there's a show you want to watch, go to some website, you can watch it there. You don't have to pay for a subscription service. Everyone knows this. It'll always be that way. It's dumb. But I'm getting ahead of myself because obviously, by now you all know, not even within 48 hours of them dropping the bomb of them blocking everybody, they backtracked. They pulled out like a teen in high school and was just like, hey, sorry, that was a mistake. We totally didn't do that on purpose. But they said it was like an error. Like, it was supposed to be released for like Costa Rica and some other countries, but not America. Bullcrap. They wanted to test the waters. They wanted to see what the backlash would be from Americans, because obviously what they wanted was for no one to really notice, not to make a big deal, and they would roll it out. Same with the whole Dungeons and Dragons OGL thing, hoping that nobody makes a big fuss about it, no one makes a big stink. But they did. And that's why they did it. And they're like, oh, they actually hate this. Well, never mind, we're not gonna do it, don't worry about it, everything's cool, bro, everything's fine. It really dampens the relationship because now you understand their intentions going forward. So while they may not implement this whole, password sharing thing now, their intention is to do that slowly over the next couple years, where they want to do it slowly to where people, quote unquote, won't notice, but obviously we will notice, especially now that we know your true intentions. We know what your end goal is. Same with Dungeons and Dragons. We know what your end goal is, money and screwing people over. And so people are just gonna just drop their accounts. I mean, a lot of people have already canceled their Netflix accounts even before this happened, just because people just don't like Netflix anymore. Like I said, they fell off. But yeah, it is what it is. That's where we are now. So they quote unquote backtracked and said it was an error and we're not gonna make the big changes in America. I guarantee you, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, because I promise you within the next couple years, you're gonna slowly see those implementations of people getting blocked and, having your account, connected to your IP address or your router. We all know it's coming. You ain't slick. You pretty much, this is the beginning of the end. I don't want to make it seem like it's an apocalypse, but unless Netflix somehow can cancel all their garbage shows and just focus on good shows like Altered Carbon, Black Mirror, Castlevania, Stranger Things, don't cancel the good shows. Now, granted, some of those shows are coming to an end, but still, focus on quality content and just don't greenlight everything. What happened, man? We used to be cool. I had a Netflix account way back in the day when they first started, for those of you who remember this, and they had like no current good movies, TV shows. I remember I had Netflix. Their catalog was small, and most of their shows and movies were like from the 50s, 60s, 70s. There's a lot of college films, like a lot of B horror budget films, like Thanksgiving, if anybody remembers that.
Nice tits, bitch. Oh, fuck. I'm pissed. Your dog had an accident.
What the hell? What kind of accident?
Well, I took this here axe and I accidentally cut him. Get it? Accident.
Happy Thanksgiving, bitch. Literally a puppet turkey in the woods with an axe, just killing teenagers. It's so dumb. But they used to have these random, like, small college films on there. But the potential was there, right? Like, hey, you know what? This is what killed Blockbuster. And they have potential. Going forward, they're eventually going to get some popular movies and some popular shows, and this will be a big thing. And that's exactly what happened. They started gaining traction, making more money. They slowly started getting the good shows and the good movies and the current things. And it was nice for a while until they kind of overcorrected and made a lot of bad budgeting decisions and just greenlit everything that came through the door. They've lost so much money, and their market or their platform is so oversaturated. It's a mess. But anyway, that's the whole Netflix situation. See you guys later.